Hey there everyone, this is Jessica from DomesticatedMe.com. If you're new to my channel, welcome, bienvenidos. My name is Jessica Flores, and I am a beauty-obsessed, fashion-loving, DIY project-making Latina mom from New York City, and I blog and vlog on Domesticated Me. I also love to travel, so if you are someone who's big on travel, or you read the travel section from the New York Times, and you probably already know this, and also if you follow me on social media because I posted it everywhere because I was so excited. But the #1 place to travel to in 2018, according to the New York Times, out of all the places in the entire world, their #1 pick was New Orleans, and I could not agree more. I love New Orleans. New Orleans has become a second home to me. My husband and I actually just purchased a house in New Orleans. You guys know that if you've been following me for a while. We purchased it over the summer, I guess last summer I can officially say, since we're in 2018, and we are just so thrilled to finally have a place that we can call home whenever we go to New Orleans, and we go there quite often. So I am a big fan of the city. It is, again, my second home. It's the only place I could ever see myself living in full-time outside of New York City, and that is a big compliment because I'm a New York City girl. I'm born and bred in New York City. I love New York City, but New Orleans just has a very, very special place in my heart. So I'm going to give you my top 5 reasons why you should visit New Orleans. If you don't take New York Times word for it, which, I mean, obviously you should, but if you want a little more personalized reasons why, more intimate reasons why from your girl here, I will tell you why you should go to New Orleans in 2018. Obviously, the music. Yes, the music scene in New Orleans is amazing. It is unique. It is, I mean, they call it the Big Easy, right? If you aren't aware, the history of calling the city the Big Easy is because musicians who were struggling around the country, finding jobs, earning a living by playing their music, they could always go to New Orleans and it would be easy money for them. That's why they call it the Big Easy. You can hear, on any given day, you can hear all kinds of music. I love that New Orleans brass jazz band music. It's just amazing. It's so good. You can literally hear music in every corner of New Orleans. You walk down the streets and there are bands playing there, or there's bars. It's just an amazing live music place. Every morning they actually have a rundown on WWOZ, which is the New Orleans station, and every day they give you the rundown of what's happening, who's playing where, every single night. And let me tell you, it's not just the weekends, it's every single night. There are tons of shows happening. So whether you like New Orleans brass jazz band or Zydeco or Latin music, it's all playing there all the time. It's a great place to go dancing, to go listen to music, to just be a fan and listen to it all. The city is just beautiful and gorgeous to walk through. I love walking through the French Quarter. The Garden District is where St. Charles Avenue is, and you find these old, beautiful, giant homes that you can just lose yourself daydreaming about what you would do if you were able to purchase a home there. And again, the French Quarter is the old city. It's just beautiful there. The Garden District. You can also go on tours of homes, which I think are really fun. If you are a fashion blogger, or if you love architecture, or you just love visiting beautiful places, I mean, who doesn't, right? Then this is the city for you. You can actually even do tours where you get to visit courtyards in the French Quarter or different homes in the Garden District. I mean, it's just awesome. Which brings me to my next reason to visit New Orleans, and that's all the attractions and museums and all the things that you can actually do in the city. New Orleans is the home of the National World War II Museum. It is my favorite museum in the world, and I live in New York City, so I have the Met here. I have the Museum of Natural History, which is also like a very close #2, but even with all of the amazing museums that I have at my disposal here in New York City, the World War II Museum is just phenomenal. It is amazing. It was so well done. The way that they go, I mean, it's a robust museum. They also have the Audubon Zoo and the Aquarium of the Americas. They're both really, again, fantastic. Your kids will love it. So you get attractions for adults and families and children as well. And of course, the mighty Mississippi is right there, so you can go on a riverboat dinner cruise. They have cruises all day long, but those special riverboat cruises at night, they just take you to a time, I mean, way before me, but it's beautiful. It's an amazing experience while you're in New Orleans. And if you are into the supernatural like I am, obviously New Orleans is the home of voodoo, and you can go see Marie Laveau's shop. You can see all kinds of voodoo themed places and ghost tours. I am that person. I love horror movies, so I am into all of that. You also have Magazine Street, and that happens to be my favorite street to go shopping in. I love Magazine Street. I have several shops that I am obsessed with that I go to every single time I'm in town. Let me know if you want me to share that list with you, and I'll be happy to. The food in New Orleans. How do I talk about the food in New Orleans? It is the most decadent, delicious, I mean, just amazing place to visit if you're into food. If you're a foodie, this is your city. You need to go to New Orleans. You have all kinds of food there. There's a big Vietnamese influence, so you have amazing Vietnamese restaurants. There are all these fusion restaurants that take classic cuisines but then mix it with a Creole and a Cajun, New Orleans, Louisiana style. New Orleans is a port city, so that's why you have all of these different cuisines and traditions and ways of cooking that just mix and blend into these amazing, delicious restaurants and dishes throughout the city. I have my list of personal favorites. Again, give me a like and let me know if you want me to share my favorite restaurants in New Orleans, because I have several of them. And not to mention cocktails. I mean, of course, if you enjoy a cocktail or two, then again, New Orleans is your gastro mecca. It is the home to the Sazerac, the Pimm's Cup, and of course, the Hurricane, the famous Hurricane that you can find on Bourbon Street. And if you haven't heard of the To-Go Cup, then allow me to enlighten you. New Orleans is one of the few places in the entire country where you can take your alcoholic beverage from a bar and take it outside without the cops, without it being an unlawful act. In New York, that is definitely against the law, but not in New Orleans. You can walk around with alcohol in the streets of New Orleans, and you can enjoy some of these amazing dishes and cocktails in some of the oldest restaurants and bars in the country, because New Orleans is quite an old city. Which brings me to my last reason why you need to visit New Orleans. This year, 2018, New Orleans is celebrating their 300th birthday. That's right, New Orleans is 300 years old, and because of that, the city has festivals and events happening throughout the entire year. So no matter what time of year it is, whenever you can make it, there's something going on. You will always have something to do and see and enjoy while you're in New Orleans. There's always festivities at every corner. Any time of year is a good time of year to visit New Orleans. Even in August when it's really, really hot, there's always events and festivals and things going on that you will enjoy. So I'm going to link some of those calendar pages so that you can see what's happening. But feel free to contact me if you want any recommendations, if you want any ideas. I'm happy to share with them. I'm happy to share them with you, because again, I have lists. I honestly have lists that I'm constantly editing every time I go to New Orleans and I find or discover a new restaurant or a new bar or a new venue that I'm always happy to share with folks. And of course, please, when you come to New Orleans, stay in my house. I have a house, as again I mentioned, in New Orleans, and I do Airbnb it. I have a link to my video tour in the description box below. I link to my blog post where I share the video tour as well as photographs of my home, and then the Airbnb link. It is beautiful. It is fully renovated, fully stocked. Anything you can need is in that house, and I have a great management team that helps me manage it while I'm not there in the city. Anything that you need, they're there to take care of you. Stay at my house and come to New Orleans. And as they say in New Orleans, laissez les bon temps rouler. Thanks so much for watching. Please give this video a thumbs up and share if you enjoyed it. Share it. Tell others. If you have any friends or family members who want to visit New Orleans, now is a great time to visit. Share this video with them. And yeah, thanks again for watching. Make sure that you're subscribed if you're not subscribed already. Click that little bell icon so that you're notified as soon as my videos go out. Thanks again for everything, and stay tuned.